when you hear that music, you know that it's football season. And we're going to visit with Coach Caleb Carmikle. We'll do this on Thursdays. It's brought to you by Quality Floors. Good morning, Coach. How are you on this beautiful morning? You have to like the temperature outside. It's in the 70s, for goodness sakes.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, we enjoyed our walk through this morning. I walked outside, left the house. Man, it's nice out here. We'll enjoy it while it lasts because it's going to come and go pretty quick.
Yeah, and I know that I got a chance to see you yesterday. It was great to see you getting ready for the season. And I mean, what's the nerves like for coaches this time of the year? We always talk about the players, but I think players are they're kids. They're resilient. They're ready to go. They're just ready to run out on the field. And I know that they're excited about it, but you guys put so much work into this. How are the coaches? What's the pulse of you guys right now?
Yeah, I think the opener is a lot more nerve-wracking for a coach than a player, and been on both sides of it. Just for, like you said, players, they just ready to get out there and go hit somebody. And the coaches, we're all control freaks, and we have so much control in what goes on in practice. And when the lights come on a Friday night, there's a reason we get a flag if we step out past those white lines. And so it's just trusting the kids and letting them turn it loose and go play. And, so many unknowns every time you go into an opener. You worry about the pre-snap penalties and the turnovers and the special teams and all the stuff that is really hard to simulate until the lights come on. We'll all probably be nervous wrecks until kickoff Friday night, and then we can settle in and enjoy a good high school football game.
I think it's a little more extra exciting also when you get to open at home. First game being at home, and these first three games are so important, I know, for your team. Not the wins and the losses, but to see what you accomplish before you start conference season.
Yeah, they are important. I've just always believed that you need to play good competition in the non-conference, regardless of if you win all three of them or lose all three of them or anywhere in between, because the conference play is what matters, and that's what determines the end of your season and the postseason and all those things. And the more battle tested you are, the better off you're going to be. You go through tough times and play good teams in the non-conference, and you're going to come into a situation at some point on Friday night in conference play that hopefully through those battles in the early games, you've been through it and you're ready to go attack it the right way.
Give us a preview of your team. What you're excited about this team. You've went through fall camp. You've had the scrimmage, and now game week is here. And with the offense, defense, kicking game, and everything that goes into it, what are you excited about this group?
I'm excited about how physical they are. That they play with just a ton of effort, and they have a lot of energy. This may be one of the more energetic groups that we've had. Maybe it's some of the youth that we've got, but every day at practice they're juiced up and ready to go, and that makes it a lot of fun to go to work. And I think it makes it easier to get better when everybody is fired up and in a good mood and has juice and all those things. And so I'm excited to see them come out and turn it loose. I think we've got a chance to be very explosive offensively. This is definitely the most efficient we've been to this point. In my last 3 years here on the offensive side of the ball, just some key returners coming back, on the offensive line, and the skill guys having, going on their third year in the system now. They really understand it. And defensively, I'm excited to see the newcomers, the whole new defensive line, several new linebackers, got some experience on the back end, but excited to see them go out and play. And then the kicking game, I think Golden Tate's got a chance to be a humongous weapon for us. Would love to see him put that thing in the end zone every kickoff, and he's really spent a lot of time working on his punts. I think our kickoff and punt coverage looked great. I think we got a chance to be explosive in the return game, and that special teams phase is so important, especially when games are evenly matched. And so I just want to see a balanced football team tomorrow night. We're
visiting with Heber Springs head football coach Caleb Carmikle. It's brought to you by Quality Floors on Thursdays. I mentioned this to you yesterday. I think it's going to be a fun group to watch, and I asked you how the group has come together because you mentioned so many youngsters on this team that are going to contribute and be a huge part of it, and then you have the veterans and how they've meshed together.
That was my biggest worry coming into this season. I think I shared with you, my senior class was very small when my senior year of high school, and it's tough whenever there's not very many seniors, and a lot of times when we're playing people we're unfamiliar with, that's the first thing I look at and see how many seniors they have. Usually that indicates what type of season they're going to have. And so the challenge to the team this year was to break that mold, but the key to it was the older kids modeling the right behavior and habits that it takes to be good, that they know what it takes, and those younger ones following. And I think they've done a great job with it. I think this may be the closest team we've had, as far as all the grades combined. They spend a lot of time together outside of football, and our seniors have done such a great job of leading those young kids and showing them, like I said, the habits that you have to be successful. And it's a pretty tight-knit group.
Now this is a good Atkins team that's coming in. Atkins football has always been something that people around the state have known about for many years, and so this is a great test. Tell us about what we're going to see from Atkins.
Yeah, their program, they've got a lot of tradition and a lot of pride in their football program over there, and they've got a very good football team. Their head coach, he's a young guy, played at Atkins not too long ago, and played on the offensive line at Arkansas Tech, and he's done a great job with them. They were already going to be a very talented group. They made the second round playoffs last year and had a chance to win that game in Class 3A and bring back just a ton of experience up front and at linebacker and running back, and then they got a transfer from Morrilton, running back, slot back, receiver. They'll put him all over the place. He's one of the fastest kids in the state, and he's kind of that X factor that they were missing last season. So I know they feel like they've got a chance to win a state championship in Class 3A, and so it's going to be a great look, great competition. They're going to bring a ton of people over. You go into the season expecting a state championship. There's going to be a good following with them, and so it ought to be an awesome atmosphere on Friday night.
Weather's going to be great tomorrow night. I mentioned it's great to be at home, but you need the support there. You need the folks to come out, and I know you want them to come out early and tailgate and make this a great atmosphere for your team tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, we've got the spotlight on us right now. With the tailgate tomorrow, with rainwater coming to town and all the activities going on with that, and then a home opener. It's like you said, the opener's always exciting, but when you're at home, it's even more exciting, because probably the best excitement you're going to get. Every football team is going to be your opener. It's everybody's been sitting around all summer with nothing to do and nothing to watch, and it's been so hot, and now you got something to do on a Friday night. What a better place to be than Panther Stadium, and our kids know that, and we know it's up to us to go perform so we can keep that following throughout the course of the season. We got all kinds of stuff planned for tomorrow night with the youth football and youth cheer is going to be introduced at halftime, and so there ought to be just a great crowd, and so we need you to come out and support, and then continue to come out throughout the course of the year, because it means so much to these kids. They know how fortunate they are to grow up in a community like Heber Springs, and it's just awesome to be a part of it.
And I know you guys will travel over to Atkins tonight in the junior high. We'll get our first look at them in the regular season, and kind of preview that for the folks going over there tonight.
Yeah, first junior high game. This ninth grade bunch, they've got the potential to be really, really, really special. Was already a good group, and then have some new pieces have moved in, and it's everywhere we went this summer. Coaching buddies of mine would come up to me and they're like, "Man, those are ninth graders." Yeah, they're just big, and the skill kids are long, and I think they've got a chance to have a special season. And kick that off tonight over at Atkins. No seventh grade game tonight. Not playing seventh grade week 0 this year, so they get one more week to get ready before their opener. But we're excited to go over there and watch those kids play.
Well, you've ordered up great weather. It's going to be a great time tonight and tomorrow night at Panther Stadium. We always appreciate your time. 7 o'clock. We'll see you tomorrow night, and I know that it's going to be exciting time for the season to begin, and we wish you guys all the best, and look forward to seeing you.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Go Panthers.
All right, thank you, Coach, for calling in. Always appreciate talking to him, and we'll do this on Thursdays, and it is always brought to you on Thursdays as we visit with Caleb Carmikle by Quality Floors. Quality Floors of Heber Springs is your home for custom floors. They specialize in both residential and commercial flooring. They take pride creating a valuable relationship with their customers to not only meet but exceed their dream home. They carry all types of flooring, cabinets, and build custom showers. Stop by and see the Quality Floors crew next to Cash Shaver. Quality Floors, we are quality you can stand on. Go Panthers from Quality Floors.